YouTube, what is going on? My name is Big J. You may know me as James Anderson, and we just competed at Summer Shredding Classic this past weekend. So this video is basically a tradition that I like to do after every single bodybuilding show that I compete in. Basically, I just like to give y'all like behind the scenes and kind of break down everything in the show, show y'all the emotions that I was feeling at certain times, and just bring y'all along the entire journey from literally start to finish. Guys, we are 7 weeks out. Before I do begin, please subscribe to the channel right now. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before we compete in November at the Summer Shredding Championship. So go ahead and subscribe, like the video. It really helps your boy out and it helps me grow. Let's dive into it. So there was a big chance that I actually was not gonna compete at this show. Let me tell y'all exactly why. Okay, Thursday comes around and the plan has been going smoothly up to this point. Obviously, we're starting to carb up and we're dropping intensity like crazy. So I'm sitting around the house and just doing my work, you know, checking in on clients, taking calls, things of that nature. We go ahead and go to Dick's Sporting Goods, right? The time is around 3 p.m. Like I said, on Thursday. Bree and I, my fiance, decided to go to Dick's Sporting Goods just to kill time and just buy stuff. We honestly wanted to buy stuff for certain people. So I'm checking my phone here at Dick's Sporting Goods, right? Keep in mind, it is Thursday. We're in Dallas, Texas. I'm checking my phone at Dick's Sporting Goods and I see somebody post on their story that they just checked in. And this is a male that I'm going to compete at the same time on the same day with, right? So in my head, right, typically they do check-ins one day before, right? So this was my mistake. I take 100% accountability for this. This was definitely Big J fashion right here. So I see that and I check the emails. Keep in mind, I've been checking my email every single day looking for a summer shredding email. I did not get a single summer shredding email. Turns out that the emails were being sent by this girl named Ashley. Shout out to Ashley. We got very close this weekend. But yeah, I'm 4 hours away and check-ins are literally starting right now. They're from 3 to 6, right? I'm 4 hours away from Houston at this Dick's Sporting Goods at 3 p.m. Freaking out. Check-ins are right now, I gotta go. So literally I just start freaking out to Bria. I'm like, hey, we gotta go. Like I thought check-ins were gonna be tomorrow because I compete Saturday. So we literally get in the car, right? We're debating, hey, should we go home and get our stuff, right? Because we hadn't even packed to this point. Should we go home and get our stuff and then leave? And to try to check in, is there a way we could check in Friday? We were all trying to figure this stuff out in the car as literally I'm freaking out. So we decided, hey, screw it. I was texting Ashley and she's like, hey, you can't check in tomorrow. I'm gonna be busy with the show all day tomorrow. Today's the only day to check in. So I text her, hey, can I come? I can be there around 8:30, right? 4.5 hours, 5.5 hours, I guess, from that exact point. Can I be there at 8:30 and I could check in? Luckily, she said yes. And today was the only day that we were gonna be able to do so. So literally, we were 10 minutes from home. I'm like, hey, let's go. We turned the car around. We didn't have anything packed. I just had my wallet and keys on me. I didn't have anything packed. We turned that ship around and we immediately start heading to Houston, Texas from McKinney, Texas, North Dallas. We're driving, we're about 30 minutes out and Bree made the smartest decision right on the fly. She was like, hey, drop me off here. I'm gonna go have a friend pick me up and drive me home. And since Rob, my videographer and my best friend, was going to go the next day, I could just travel with him. That way I could pack all of our stuff. We don't have to go back after we sign in from Summer Shredding. You could just stay there I was staying at my grandma's, so you could just stay at your grandma's and I will go the next day. So we stopped at a Cavender's, I dropped her off. I immediately booked it by myself to Houston, Texas on a Thursday afternoon with racing against the clock, right? Luckily, we pulled up at 8:30. Check-ins were already done. I pulled up to the front desk and I was like, hey, I'm looking for Ashley. And they're like, 1 second. She brought down her assistant and we were able to check in at literally a buzzer beater. Let me just tell y'all, if Ashley didn't have the generosity, the grace in her heart to let me check in late, because that was totally my fault. She did not need to do that. That was 100% on me. I would have not been able to even compete and the past 7 weeks would have been a waste of time. time. So thank you, Ashley. I'm so grateful for that. Now let's actually dive into the fun part of this video. After check-ins, how did things go down? So like I said, I checked in Thursday, and I'm gonna be showing y'all kind of some overlay of how I was looking throughout this entire process, again, so you could get more insight of how the entire peaking process went. So Thursday night, I was looking real good. Despite the stress that I just faced right there, my body was feeling really good. I was getting tighter like crazy, okay? So I woke up Thursday morning, right? The morning that I traveled, I woke up at 1:57, and then Friday, I woke up at 1:58, tighter than ever. Obviously, I'm feeding myself a little bit more carbs, and I had a double meal at night, something I probably shouldn't have done, but I absorbed it like crazy. So I had like 8 ounces of chicken at night. I had like 2 servings of white rice, which was like 12 to 13 ounces. And then I have 1.4 ounces of almond butter. So that meal filled me up throughout the entire night. I woke up looking tight and crazy, as you can see on the screen. It was going really good, right? So I woke up around 8 o'clock, and my team, Bree and Rob, got there around 12. Of course, peaking throughout this entire process, and we finally get to tan up around 5 p.m. that afternoon. Tanned up, everything looked great. Still carbing up during this entire process, and kind of a difference between last prep, which was in October, was I actually got to experience a little bit of a better carb up. We didn't play as safe, which I liked, and we carbed up sufficiently more, right? Significantly more, I'm sorry. So we got tonight. And of course, like you're gonna see in the show day video, we ended up getting a serving of fries from Chick-fil-A, a large serving of fries. And as you can see, I absorbed that and I filled out like crazy. I was looking good at night. Ended up going to bed at probably 9, 10 p.m. that night. And sleep compared to last show was better. All right, for Colorado, when I got my pro card in the OCB, I probably got 3 hours of sleep. My body was super stressed. This time, I probably got 6.5 hours of sleep, which is progress. It was better, but man, I was just so focused. It was game day, right? How could I sleep? So I went to bed around 9, 10 again. I couldn't go to sleep. Probably took me an hour to go to sleep. And then I woke up around 5 a.m. So I immediately took check-ins that morning, sent it to my coach, and he was like, hey, have some rice. I got like, a good serving of rice. I had my chicken, and then I think I had beef after that, but throughout this entire process, I was carbing up. It was funny because I actually woke up Rob to take pictures of me at 5 a.m. and it was funny just waking him up. But after that, right, the entire day is going along, and then finally we get to the venue around 11. Okay, so looking really good, looking really tight at this point. Okay, we get to the venue, we start getting backstage, and we probably have around 2 to 3 hours before we step on stage, right? So immediately when I got to the venue, I believe I had a meal there. I had some rice cake and almond butter, and then I was just slowly consuming rice cakes, right? Trying to time up this peak perfectly. So first time we go around, and I'm gonna be looking at my phone for kind of like something to refer back to. So during this entire duration, right? As I'm about to step on stage, feelings, how am I feeling? I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really excited. The first division that I stepped on stage for was men's physique, okay? Let me tell y'all a little bit about men's physique. So this is a completely untested division. You could be on roids, you don't have to be on roids. It's kind of free smoke in this division. There's no limit, right? Untested, let's just say it with that. So this was men's physique. Stepped on stage, and as you see by the pictures, this was probably my tighter look. I really did like this look. So they originally put me at second, right? Number 2. And then with one turn to the back, they put me in center stage, and I held center stage for that entire duration. You could see the guy in second. He looked great, but I think his physique was more classic. I think he competed in classic as well. Super great dude. I mean, I met him after. He was very, he seemed like he was hungry and humble. I've seen this guy around Alpha Land a lot, so shout out to him. He got second. And then I also met the guy named Luke, who was in fourth. And then the guy in third, I forgot his name, but he was a super cool dude as well. But I think just my shape carried this, obviously bigger in the right areas as well. Conditioning probably on par, maybe a little bit better, but really good showing. So men's physique, untested, We secured a center stage in the prejudging. Now let's go to Fit Physique. Fit Physique was the same thing, right? Hopped on stage, immediately got put to the center and held the center for the entire time. It was funny because as I was getting moved around, the other guys were getting moved around, and I just held that center stronger than ever. They never even moved me once. I don't even think they thought about it. You can see, even from, I mean, I think I was very far ahead of the Fit Physique. Respectfully, I love those guys, but I think I really strayed away from the back. I think I really went ahead from the back, and that's where I took a lot of the judges' credit. Again, this Fit Physique class was super stacked. It was more stacked than the men's physique class. So just a background on how stacked this class was. 4th place in men's physique was also in Fit Physique, the same classes, right? We competed in the 2 same classes. So he got first callouts in men's physique, but he did not get first callouts in Fit Physique. So despite Fit Physique, if I haven't mentioned this already, being a natural division, it was more stacked than the men's physique, at least for class C, which I highly respect. Every single dude that I stepped on stage with and competed with in that first call out was a super genuine, down-to-earth dude, man. I loved that first call outs. I think we were all like so similar. I felt like we were like almost on the same team, you know, being from class C. It was just a super welcoming class. As soon as we hopped off stage, man, it was funny because we all got to talking. Turns out there were 3 OCB pros in that group, and then one of them is going to try to get their pro card in the OCB soon. So like I said, there's a bunch of OCB pros trying to battle it out in this one class. Super stacked. We have Casey, we have Jacob, we have Sergio, and I believe the guy that got 3rd, his name was Alex. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I actually competed with Alex 3 years ago. I'll actually pop up the video on the screen. We competed 3 years ago at Summer Shredding, and it was cool just seeing us back. And again, we took 1 and 2 in the same thing, right? But we were second callouts back then. Now we're in first callouts. Hey, we're improving, we're getting better. So that was prejudging for Fit Physique. So if you did not know, we held center stage in both men's physique and Fit Physique for prejudging. Now let's go to finals, all right? After we got off stage, coach immediately sent me a voice memo, and he's like, hey, I want to experiment with carbing up. I want to fill you out a little bit more. The guys who were in men's physique and even Fit Physique were some big dudes, right? So I loved the approach. I loved the risky approach. I love the testing approach. I feel like that's what makes you really grow and figure stuff out, especially on a game day like scenario. You have to take those risks, right? Because you're always going to leave yourself with the what if, right? What if I could have peaked a little bit better? I would rather test it out, spill over just a little bit, but know my limits rather than always playing it safe. So I was absolutely 100% in on carbing up. So what we did was we got a large fry immediately after we stepped off stage, and we got a sufficient amount, I keep on saying sufficient, a significant amount of rice and chicken as well. And then of course, when we got back from the venue, we had a little bit of break in between prejudging and finals. We were chomping on rice cakes. So the look that I took right before finals was a really good look. I was actually gonna switch to the white shorts from the blue shorts, right, for finals. But for some reason, man, I don't know why, but they just were not fitting my legs right? And for the men's physique, I really love fitting those board shorts out. But the Chula wear, maybe I just need bigger legs, man, but they were just falling off of my legs, man. I don't know why. So we ended up not going with them, even though the white would have looked sick. We ended up staying with the blues. So that was a funny little back story there. Finals comes around, guys. This is my favorite part. This is for the money. This is for the trophies, all right? Men's physique comes back out. And as you can see by the comparisons on the screen, I mean, that was the division that I believe I truly stood out, and I won that class fairly easy, I would say. Again, shout out to my other competitors, shout out to second place. He really brought a good package, but between me and second, I think we really stood out, and then it kind of fell off after me in second place. So I really thought I handled that division, that class very properly, and was just on another level, in my opinion, right? Fit Physique, again, the more stacked class. I love these guys, man, with all my heart. But I also believe like I handled that division pretty well. It was a lot closer. It was a lot more competitive. And it was a lot more enjoyable because those were my boys. But I do believe that I had the upper hand there, and obviously the results. Let's talk about the results. Men's physique, bang bang, first place. I'll put a little picture of the first place. We got first place in men's physique, and we also got first place in fit physique. Super cool. So now what happens when you get first place, right? When you get first place, now it's time to battle for the overall against every single class. So for men's physique in particular, I believe there was a lot of guys. There was probably 9 guys, I wanna say, 10 to 9 guys. It was so stacked, man. Backstage, let me tell y'all, the men's physique. These 2 Asian guys, right? There were 2 Asian guys, and there was a black guy, Amari, who was in fit physique as well. Anyways, these 2 Asian guys had the most bubbly, biggest chests I've ever seen. No homo, all right? Those chests, like literally you would look at it and it would just like stand out. Like it's just in your face. Biggest chests I've seen in person. Those 2 Asian guys were freaks, right? Not to mention that their lats were just like out there. They were men's physique like crazy. So let's talk about the men's physique. So when we did overalls, they did a pose down, man. And I just got my ass handed to me. Let's just say it how it is. I was very, very far from placing great in the men's physique. I didn't get last, but I was not top 3 for sure, without a doubt. Maybe top 5 if I'm lucky, but absolute monsters in men's physique. The 2 Asian guys, beasts, and then of course the big black guy, Amari, was a beast as well. Shout out to him. But I think the Asian guy, right? The Asian guy that wasn't in class B, I think he was in class D, got first place and took the whole show overall. He was on another level. It was funny, this kind of hurt, but when we were doing our comparisons, man, they couldn't keep their eyes off of him. And I mean, he 100% deserved that. He looked way better than everyone, but they were just eyeing him. And I knew that I was just not on his level. And let's just say it how it is. Like I said, the judges immediately gravitated towards him, and he handled that class with ease, I would say. He beat me by a lot. When we were doing pose downs, I was next to the Asian guy, and he was just way bigger than me. He could have been more lean, let's be honest. He could have been more shredded, but he was just a lot bigger than me. And then, this was funny. So here's my philosophy. I wanted to stand next to the big black guy because they just were not looking at me, right? They were looking at these top 3 guys, the Asian guy, the black guy, and the other Asian guy. So I literally put myself in the center, and I knew I didn't stand a chance, but if I had the slightest bit of chances, right, and they were gonna look and see, hey, maybe we should take a look at that guy. That was gonna be my only chance. So I didn't do that to try to be cocky. I literally tried to do that to give myself a fighting chance and to at least have them look at me and compare myself with him. But he was just on another level. That's just the competitor in me. I'm always gonna wanna give myself a chance. I wanna win, so I thought that was my only chance at least getting the judges' respect and maybe a glance or 2. But Asian guy ended up winning first place in men's physique. Fit physique now, I'm gonna put a picture of the top 3. I personally believe like I could have gotten second. The Asian guy in the pink shorts, he was more shredded than me, but I did have more size and my back was a lot better than his. And then the black guy who was in center stage in this picture right now, my back is way better than his, but I do think that he takes me from the front. He does have a really good front shot, so it's a toss-up between me and him, I think, for second. I talked to the judges, and I talked to one guy, and he said he had me in second or third. So that's that. Now let's talk about first place. Like I said, Amari, absolute beast, a stud. He has a really good chance at winning it in November. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll talk more about that at the end of the video, but he's looking really good. And he's gonna be tough to beat. I will keep it 100. He's gonna be really tough to beat for these next 7 weeks. So it's gonna be excited chasing him. I got the underdog story on my side, so shout out to him. He won fit physique, and it honestly doesn't matter who came in second or third. If you ain't first, you're last in this overall bodybuilding. It's just straight up how it is. The guys who didn't place first, we all got first in our class, and we don't know who got second. We didn't get a medal for it. So if you're not first, you're last. That's kind of my mentality with it. That's how that is. So Hopped off stage, obviously, guys, like I said, first place in men's physique, first place in fit physique. Class C, we did not come up with the overall. So what does that mean? Okay, we are gonna run this thing back in 7 weeks for the championship. Now, let's talk about it and let's make this super clear so y'all know where my head is at, all right? On paper, and I've gotten told this, right? Amari, the black guy, has a great chance at winning the championship in November. But here's my mentality with that. Who am I? What type of person would I be if I were to show weakness, if I were to show defeat right now? Okay, what if in my head, I truly believed that he was going to beat me? Where would that put me? And how would I react based off of that? I already lost in my head. So I'm not even giving myself the slightest of a fighting chance to beat this guy in November because I already mentally lost, okay? So if there is a chance, let's say there isn't, but let's say there is, right? If there is going to be the slightest chance, I have to truly believe in my mind that I could come out on top and I could beat this guy, or else this whole entire prep, these next 7 weeks, I'm going to throw away. I'm gonna get comfortable. I'm gonna get complacent. Oh, let me not do this cardio session. I already lost. Oh, let me eat this. I already lost. No, call me crazy, laugh at me, do whatever you want. Call me delusional. I don't care. I truly believe I could win the championship in November. I truly believe that. I've been told that I don't have a chance. I look at this guy and he's on a whole nother level and I give him my respect, but I truly believe I could beat this guy. The James that I competed on stage was not even close to 100% me, okay? I could have came in bigger. I could have came in more shredded. I could have posed better. That was not 100% James. So who am I to actually truly believe in my head that I don't have a chance? Right? That is a loser mentality. I will not bring the best James if I believe that. So guess what? These next 7 weeks, I truly believe I could win the whole entire championship against the best of the best in this division, in this federation of Summer Shredding Classic. I truly believe I will take home the championship in November, and I will be fighting for it every single day. I am the underdog. I am not chosen to win. On paper, I am not in anyone's radar. I will win. I will come from behind. These guys who are on top are comfortable. They already won. They already got a taste of victory. Guess what? I was not happy with this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not tasted victory. That is not what I wanted. That is not what I set out to do when I started these shows, was to get last place in the overall, last place. That is not what I want. I wanted to be crowned the champion. I wanted to be the guy with all the shining lights on me. First place, here's your check, here's your trophy. I wanted to be that guy. I saw this guy get all the shining lights, all this flashy lights when he got first. I want that. I want to be crowned the champion. I want to be a champion of this federation, and I will be working at it every single day for the next 7 weeks. You're about to get a James that you've never seen before. You're about to get the strongest, biggest, most shredded James. I'm about to level up in all aspects of my life, and I'm coming for that championship come November. That is going to be it for me, guys. That is kind of a recap on how summer shredding went. Again, if you like this video, like it up, man. And if you stayed to the end because you're a real one, I want you to comment champ in the comment section so I can know that you're a real one and you can be crowned as a believer, as a OG, they like to call them, guys. That is gonna be it for Big J. Let's get these 7 weeks going, man. 6.5 actually. Let's run this thing. Let's fight for it. We'll see you at the top. God bless. Peace out. Pow.